So it says you're the host now.
Oh, looks like it worked.
There's
Okay.
your beautiful face, man. Does this place look familiar?
I know. I love that suit, man. Dude,
Yeah, dude, it's awesome.
I love it, man.
Yeah, dude, we actually just went and walked around Planet Hollywood, went to some of the shops, got a little green juice,
Nice.
and kind of prepared for this. So great to
Good.
have you on tonight, man. I know you're probably still jet lagged, but I appreciate you being on.
Yeah, it's all good, man. I'm pretty tired, but
Yeah,
you got to do these things, man. It's the commitment. It's the thing sometimes you don't feel like doing because whatever, life gets in the way. You're tired. But I learned, or I'm teaching myself to do the things that I don't really want to do sometimes. I'm going
mhm.
to be honest with you, I'd rather be asleep. My body is telling me, Paulo, go to sleep.
Yeah.
Tell Josh you can't do it tonight. But on the other hand, I know my commitment. And we've
Mhm.
talked about this before, training ourselves to become machines, right? Machines, but
Exactly.
in a way where there are things telling us not to do it. Don't do that video because you're gonna look stupid. Don't go to that. Don't take that flight because you know you're afraid of flying. Don't do public speaking. Don't do fill in the blank. It's our
Hmm.
inner voice really trying to protect us, really not trying to bring us down or anything like that. But that protecting system sometimes it doesn't really work for us, man. We really need to do the opposite. So whatever you don't feel like doing, actually go and do it. We're learning this from a guy called Sam Ovens. So for some of you know who Sam Ovens is,
Yeah.
he's a,
I think your success is measured by how many things you do when you don't want to do them.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
and
that's
Kurt,
that's me every day. But I mean, it takes what is it? Especially in our business, 2 hours out of our day to do some uncomfortable things like create
absolutely.
content. I probably hate creating content the most. I'd actually prefer not to be on video, but I do it because of the growth that's going to take place in my life and the people that I'm helping. And that's what really drives me. If you don't have like a deep driver like that, then you're probably going to quit before you start, you know?
Absolutely, 100%.
So,
So this is a lesson for everyone, and I wish I knew this. I wish I knew about this years ago when I was trying to be successful online, and I was trying to go up the ladder and work from home and do this full time and have a successful business. I just did not do the things necessary to make my business successful. I just didn't want to be on video. I didn't want to put the work. I didn't want to read. I didn't want to invest in seminars. I didn't want to invest in events. I was in England. I really want to fly to America. I had all the excuses in the world for saying no. And I used to listen to this voice who used to say, Paulo, what you got to do in America? Flying 12 hours. You're afraid of flying. Come on now. And I used to listen to that voice. Not anymore. Now I just laugh. Like tonight, that every fiber of my body was saying, good sleep. You jet lag. You don't want to do this with Josh. And you know what I said? Shut the fuck up. I'm sorry for swearing. I did, I'm going to do this. I have to be present and I have to do things that I'm not comfortable with because that's when you get out of your comfort zone and then you have your breakthroughs. You help somebody.
Mhm.
Who knows? Maybe I might be here tonight with Josh, and me and Josh say something that will help somebody on this call. That's my mission, really. I'm not. I'm
Awesome,
not
man.
here to look good and just to show up and be a pretty face. I'm here
I
really.
think this is a perfect conversation actually for this video. We obviously never plan these. We just jump on and we're here to serve you guys. But this is perfect because the video that I released today in our 0 to 10K challenge was all about getting your first like real uh, tutorial video up on YouTube, where you're actually teaching people, where you're going from student to teacher. And I think this is perfect because a lot of people are going to feel like they do not want to do it at all. They're going to deal with, okay, what if I don't know how to explain this correctly? What if I sound stupid? What if the audio quality is bad or the video quality is bad? Um, these are the things that it's completely normal you're going to deal with, but you're going to have to just get this done regardless of how you feel because it's just part of the process. So, it's money like speed. It's better to do, things the wrong way and at least do them than not do them at all, And so when I was running people through this tutorial, I was throwing up the thumbnail, I was throwing up the title, description, the tags, and there were probably some changes I could have made on my own video, but I didn't because I want to show people that if you overanalyze everything, if you try and have the perfect outline, the perfect script, then chances are you're never going to do it. And if you do it, it's not going to be to your expectations, and you're not going to feel good about your work. You got to be okay with where you're at right now. You might not be able to just jump on video like Josh and just start talking, and that's completely fine. It took me a lot of time to get to where I'm at today, to where I can just do a live off the cuff and come up with something. You know, it took time. It's like I always say, it's like, you know, when you first get in the gym for the first time, you don't just run 10 miles. You might start with a mile or a couple miles and then build up to the 10. You don't just throw on 3 plates on bench press. You might start with 1 plate and then eventually build up to, you know, 2 plates, 3 plates, as, you know, your muscles take that resistance and how they break down and they grow. You're going to get broken down throughout the course of your online marketing career, your entrepreneurial career. You're going to have times where you've got zero confidence. You go and try something and you fail miserably and you feel like you're lower than you were where you were at before. And that's part of the process. And then you have to have the mentality to be like, okay, just because I perform bad today, that's not my identity. That's not who I am. I'm better than that. And you continue to improve, right? Michael Jordan had bad games. Sometimes I have bad games, days where it takes me 10 takes to do a video, 5 takes, however long it takes. It takes me a lot more than just 1 take. I have those days still to this day where it's like, damn, man, what's going on? Did I like forget how to speak or something? So you're going to deal with those, you know, times in your business where just things aren't going the way that you want it to. But then when you have victories, those victories make the struggle so worth it. Like the other day, I had a $12,000 day, which was just awesome. You know, you were out here in Vegas, Paulo, and you saw that. And that's one of my biggest days I've ever had online. 12 grand in a day. That used to take me 3.5, 4 months to make that much money when I was working a day job. And so that's why I say the struggle is so worth it. The days where you're not making money, the days where you're just putting up content, you're making deposits into, you know, the bank account of other people, but they're not making deposits into your bank account. In other words, you're giving them all this value, but you're not seeing money in return. That's because you're not quite deserving of it. If you stick with it for the next, you know, 60 to 90 days, then you'll get back what you put out almost instantaneously. You know, Bob Proctor said, when money comes, it comes so fast and so furious, you'll be wondering where it's been hiding through all those lean years. And so true, because I put, you know, a couple years into my business before all of a sudden, like overnight, it was like 10 grand a month, 10 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand, 40 grand, 50 grand. And it made all that work worth it. So, yeah, that's kind of my tangent. I don't know if you have anything else to add to that, Paula, before we get to questions.
Oh, no, not at all. Actually, let's get to questions, because at 9 o'clock EST, yeah. I've got a call with another team that I need to
do
like do style thing. So if you
what we're going to do is we're going to start taking questions. If you guys are on Zoom right here, go ahead and type your questions below. Also, while you're asking those questions, Paulo, if you can pass the host back to me, because I'm going to try and go live again on Facebook, because I think it went ahead and went out of service on me over here. So I'm not seeing the live video in the Facebook group. So
yeah, I can see it. But I don't know how to pass it back to you. There is no.
Okay. You should be able to go. We could try this once. If you go to, you know what, it looks like you're right. Sometimes when you go to like the right hand panel where you go to panelists, you might be able to select my name and then add me the host again. But if you can't, that's okay too.
Who can share? Advanced sharing options. Who can start? I'm not seeing it, dude. I'm going to keep looking. But
okay. If you can click on more and you can go live in the Facebook group, that'd be cool too.
Yeah, can I do that? But it will live on my Facebook.
You should be able to. I think you're an admin in the group, so you can try it. If not, it's not a big deal.
Let me try.
Yeah, not a big deal. I did post the link in the group. It looks like we got Anu on, we got Dee, John, Latasha, Maria, Nick, Richard, Willie, and Ziv. So
Mhm.
go ahead and ask your questions, you guys. If you have any questions, use the chat here in this the Zoom app. Super easy to use. In the bottom right-hand corner, you just type your message in and go ahead and get to your message. So we've got a question from Richard Daniel. He asks, what do you guys think of Udemy solo ads? So I'll have you go ahead and answer this if you want to, Paulo.
Absolutely,
You're an
100%.
expert in that area.
That's my expertise, really. So Udemy, it's a company, it's a platform that I still use today. And the way I use it, actually, it's actually a perfect start for people on a low budget. People are just starting online. So it's basically like, imagine eBay. When you buy something off eBay, you can actually leave, what you call it, a recommendation of service saying this guy was good, a testimonial, whatever you want to call it. So that's eBay. With Udemy, it's actually exactly the same. You can see that sellers reports of the quality of their traffic. So that's how I started. I actually started buying traffic on Udemy many years ago, and I still do it to this day. So the trick with Udemy is to find sellers who have proven buyers on their list, and what that means is people who buy traffic from them, they come back with results. So I normally look for sellers with at least 4 or 5 results through their traffic. So if you scroll down, and you can do this with Udemy, by the way, if you scroll down that person's bio, and you're going to start seeing buyers saying, I bought traffic from this guy, I had 1 or 2 sales, that's a positive. You need to find at least 5 positives, 5 thumbs up with sales. But as long as that seller has at least 5 people reporting back that they saw results with their clicks, with their traffic, of at least 5 different people saying thumbs up, then go and test by buying a small amount of traffic from that seller. And what I mean by a small amount, I would go for at least 300 clicks. Don't go anything less than that, because it's not enough data to really, check if that traffic works with your offer. And I'm sorry if I'm not sounding really great and I'm not explaining myself really well. I've got brain fog right now. I've got a lot of tiredness from flying back from Las Vegas. I'm a little bit jet lagged, but I'm trying to explain myself the best way that I can. So look for people that give at least 5 positive reviews. That's the word I was looking for. For as long as they've got 5 positive reviews, and what I mean positive reviews, it's not just saying good traffic. It means sales, guys. So make a note of that. For as long as they have sales and they report, I had sales with this amount of traffic from this guy, then you're good to go. Test it. Minimum 300 clicks. Anything below 300 clicks, I don't think it's worth it. It's not going to be good enough for you to test that traffic. And don't go for anything over 300 clicks either, because you want to keep it obviously small, a small run, because you're testing that traffic. And then after that, you can scale up. And what I mean by that, if you start seeing sales, and if you start seeing that people are opening your emails, they're clicking on your links, they're being interactive with you, then go back to that seller and go for 500, and then eventually 1,000, okay? So start small, 300 clicks, don't go crazy, check the results, create also a list on your autoresponder with that seller's name, because you want to segment really where your traffic is coming from. So if you're buying traffic from Alan Moore or whatever the guy's name is, create a list in your Aweber or on your GetResponse, a list called Alan Moore, because then you know that's traffic from the guy in Udemy that I bought. And then broadcast to that list and see how many opens you get, how many people click on that list, on your links, I beg your pardon. So how many people bought? Do you have buyers from Alan Moore? So that's how you track everything. And then if you do have results with that guy, then go back and scale it to 500 and eventually to 1,000 and more. I hope this answers your question, man.
Great. We've got Anu who asked, I am trying to find desktop clicks from the vendor, but having a tough time. I've been asking the vendors at Udemy, but mostly have mobile, or they don't have segmented, especially for desktop. Any suggestions?
Yeah, I have the same problem. The trick, Anu, is to do this. They all have desktop clickers. People who run their business on a desktop, or they go to the desktop. They all have it, but they have it sometimes in minorities. So it's not the majority of traffic nowadays is mobile. That's correct. But you can ask them, can you do a 70-30, for example, 70 mobile, 30 desktop, or can you do as high desktop traffic as you can? Can you do 60-40? That's how I speak to them. And when you start speaking in those terms with them, they think, yeah, I can do that. It might take a little bit longer because I have to filter the traffic, but it's totally possible. And I know why you're asking me that, because you want to run it for a specific offer that converts very, very well with desktop traffic. Another person you can speak to is Nicholas. I think you know who he is. Nicholas has access to desktop traffic as well. So go back and speak to him, because he knows the solo ad business very, very well. He's been a solo ad vendor for many, many years. He works actually for David DeCal. So you can speak to Nicholas. He's like a traffic agent where he buys from sellers who have desktop traffic. So you can try him as well. But it's the system that you're promoting right now has been optimized for mobile traffic as well. I don't know if you are aware of that. So the problem we had in the past was with mobile traffic was FunnelX ROI, which was the other system you were promoting. It wasn't mobile optimized, right? Therefore, the reason why it converted better with desktop traffic. I'm not sure if you are aware of this or not, but Funnel Express, the system that you are promoting, it's actually optimized for mobile traffic. So it's worthwhile trying a bit of both. Don't just reject mobile traffic, because this system is actually optimized for mobile as well. So it should work on both. But I see your point. If you prefer desktop traffic, just keep asking the question. Keep asking those guys on Udemy, look, can you do 60-40, 60 mobile, 40 desktop? Try and check who gives you the highest, Sometimes by having these conversations, I find out, yeah, I can do 50-50, for example. I can do 50 mobile and 50 cell phone. I think you put them off if you just got to ask for 100%. If you ask upfront with can you just give me 100% desktop, they will say no straight away, because I had that. And then I start talking and really getting deep into it. And then I found out they can do 50-50, or they can do 60-40. Just speak in those terms with them and they will help you out.
Never hurts to ask, man. Thanks, Paulo.
Oh, you're welcome.
It looks like you might do most of the talking tonight. We got another question. In Udemy, this is by Willie. In Udemy, would it be recommended to buy 300 or more clicks minimum, and also more than one vendor?
Absolutely, 100%. So more than one vendor is great. Again, segment that list. You really need to know where those clicks are coming from. So please, please, please segment your list. More than one vendor, yes, absolutely. More than 300 clicks, me personally, but it's me. I'm a little bit advanced, guys. Remember that. Me personally, I only buy no less than 500. I go for 500 straight away, because 500 is a good number for me. Mm-hmm. I can tell from 500 clicks if something's got to work or not. But also, on the other hand, I don't want you guys to go and start spending like money on 500 clicks. It might be a little bit over the budget for you guys. So I always recommend a minimum of 300. I would not go below 300. So 300 to 500, yes. But don't go over 500 as well, because now you don't need to spend more money than is needed. So 500 is the sweet spot. Minimum 300. That's what I would do.
Cool, man. Thanks. We've got Dee that asks, how often do you guys check your links to make sure they work? I'm using ClickFunnels, and I had issues in the middle of a traffic run, even though the link was working ahead, or so I thought. Just want to know how often I should check my links. I would say, if you're doing solo ads, definitely check before and then check during. That's huge, especially when it comes to solo ads. I don't check my links too much, because a lot of people in the comment section on YouTube will just let me know if my links are broken. It rarely happens, but I know you can set it up in ClickMagick, and I think it will automatically do it for you, where it will let you know if your link is down as well, and they will send you an email notification. She also says, on Udemy, you said 5 cells to look for. but 5 sales in what time period? 5 sales in last month, in the last 2 weeks. What do you exactly mean by that?
I would say in the last month, really, because you want to make sure that that traffic is fresh. So yeah, look for 5 sales. I mean, there isn't a set time period, but the latest the better. So I would say this month. If this month it's only the 4th or the 5th, then obviously go back to last month as well. So last 2 months, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, you want it to be fresh. You don't want you don't want sales from December last year, because I don't know how often these people renew their lists. So I would say I want to see results now. So this month and past month.
Cool. We've got another question about key elements on a landing page. John asks, what key things should be on a landing page to make it highly convert? So I'll show you one of my landing pages that I've used on YouTube, and this converts at like, I think right around 50 or 60% last time I checked. Converts really, really well. Yeah. But you want to make sure that your headline obviously makes some sort of promise. And you want to make sure that what you're offering on your thank you page is congruent with what you promise on the opt-in page. So you've got a few basic elements here. You can see how clean this is, but I've got my headline right here. I've got a sub headline right here, and then just the button right here. So this says how to start earning $300 to $500 per day starting today. So this is obviously for a BizOp offer, and people love to see monetary values in the line here in the header. And so you want to make sure that you have some sort of monetary value. Typically, most people in our space, they want to make between $5,000 to $10,000 a month. So if you take $300 a day, that's about $9,000 a month. $500 a day is probably right around $15,000 or something like that per month. So right within that range, I could probably test and put how to start earning, $10,000 per month starting today, but that's not really that realistic. So I just broke it down into 30 days. And that's where you're seeing how to start earning $300 to $500 per day starting today. So this type of headline, I believe, works really well with solo ads. It works well with YouTube marketing too, but you want to make sure whatever content you've got in front of it is congruent with the capture page. So if I'm talking about, traveling and, how I'm out here in Vegas, and I don't tie that into any offer, and then I just, in my description, I've got some random capture page that leads people to this page, then it's probably not going to be that congruent. It's probably not going to convert that well. So what you want to do is you want to first have your headline here, whatever your promise is, or whatever lead magnet you're promising to give to them on the next page, which I'm actually going to show them on the thank you page how to start, making $300 to $500 per day. And then right here, the subheadline, the purpose of it is to overcome any unvoiced skepticism. So we really want to get in their head, and we want to think, if I was the customer, what are some reasons why I wouldn't want to fill out this opt-in page? Maybe I think that I need to be technically skilled. Maybe I think that I need to be experienced in online marketing. And that's why I put no previous experience required. So you'll see things like, how to start earning $300 to $500 per day starting today without, that's like a keyword, without any previous experience required, or without being on video, right? And so we really want to understand our market, and we want to use this subheadline to sort of give them that last chance to click this button and give them a reason why they should click, because, they don't need to be an expert, or because it's only going to require 2 to 3 hours per day, so on and so forth. And then we have the button right here, and I've tested different color schemes. Red actually works really well. A lot of people say don't use red because it means stop, but I've actually found that to be different in my case. So you want to make sure that you have like something that's of confirmation, like, yes, give me instant access. That's a super powerful statement for somebody to take the next step. It's kind of like a subliminal message telling them, yes, you want access, click here, and they're going to click that, and you can see it once again, click here to get access now. Same color, So the colors match. This is actually slightly different, but you can't really notice a difference. And this just says almost there. Please complete this form and click the button below to gain instant access. So this is a two-step process that I found to work better than just by having like the email entry field here and then the button right here. Because if you get micro commitments from people, then your conversions are going to be a lot higher. So surveys convert really well. These two-step pop-ups convert really well. And then once they enter their email address and click here to get instant access now, then they're going to go to my thank you page where they're going to receive the congruent information promised on this page. And here's a little strategy I learned from one of my mentors. It says information will be sent to the email address provided above. Please double check for accuracy. This will keep people from entering in faults in, information just to get the free stuff on your thank you page, because this is basically saying the only way you're going to get access to it is if you check your email. So that's an example of a capture page. The anatomy is basically you've got a headline here, you've got a subheadline, you've got the button here, and then you've got your like privacy policy, terms, conditions, and your earnings disclaimer at the bottom. So I didn't know if you want anything to add to that, Paulo.
No, man, you're very truly with all your explanations. So you've done
Cool,
a good
man.
job. Yeah, that is.
So hopefully that answers your question, John. We've got Ziv who asks, how would you approach a list of leads as like Igor, as opposed to Udemy clicks in email marketing? Would you do something different for Funnel Express? I personally wouldn't, but what do you think, Paulo?
No, I don't. You just got to find a slightly different conversions with Igor's leads. Igor's leads, you need to understand how Igor gets his leads. They a lot of them are fresh. People who never heard of any of the opportunities out there. In Udemy, it's more like recycled leads. People are on everybody's lists. They already know what's going on. They even know the system you are promoting. With Igor's leads, it's like really virgin leads. He gets these leads on a daily basis from like cash networks, YouTube ads and stuff like that. So they're really highly quality leads. They've been pre-framed really to buy into whatever you've got to offer for at least for as long as it's obviously a good offer. But as far as talking to them differently, I wouldn't. But just be aware that the quality of the leads are two completely different beasts. I prefer Igor's leads much more than Udemy. I'm going to be upfront with you guys. You can go to Udemy and buy leads there for 28 cents. Igor will sell his leads for $1.50. Why? So have a think about that. Why does Igor sell his leads for $1.50, which obviously are much more expensive than the norm 50 cents per click in Udemy and other places? It's because of quality. And if you guys dig into Igor and find out where does he get his traffic, he gets his traffic in a completely different matter from everyone else. His leads are really fresh. They're not recycled. They're not on everyone's list. Some of these people, and I speak to them via email sometimes, they never been into a business opportunity. They are wired. They are pre-framed to buy from me because obviously Igor has a little pre-framed page that makes them go through first like a survey, to finding out if they've got money to invest in the business, finding out if they are ready to start now. And then obviously you get those leads. So Igor's leads are very, very good. Would I speak different to them? No, absolutely. I would, like Josh said, I would just keep it the same.
Cool. Thanks, bro. Richard asks, in FunnelX program, David says not to give sales copy to Udemy sellers. Does this mean the seller uses his own ad copy? Yes, it does. Mm-hmm. So all you need to do is place your order. They'll take care of the email and everything. All you got to do is make sure you give them the right link to your capture page so you can capture those emails. Make sure that's integrated properly in Funnel Express or FunnelX ROI, whichever program you're promoting, and you'll be good to go. So we've got, let's see, D says the sound knocked out. Missed what Paulo said about Funnel Express. Was he saying it's mobile optimized? Yes, he was. It is, in fact, mobile optimized. FunnelX ROI wasn't, but Funnel Express is.
I have actually, can I just jump in quickly before
Sure.
I forget? I've actually tested it myself on my cell phone, Funnel Express, and it worked. So I went through all the steps. Nice. It took me about an hour though. I think it's fast if you do it on the desktop or laptop, but it doesn't matter. I did it on my phone and it worked. So It's not just I heard it works. Although David told me personally it was mobile optimized, I actually went through the steps myself on my mobile just before I tell everybody, hey guys, it's mobile optimized. It actually works. I've tried it. Mhm.
Awesome. And by the way, if you guys are watching the recording on YouTube, on my channel or Paulo's channel, or maybe on Facebook, there should be a link below in the description. If you want access to weekly calls like this, if you want one-on-one help, because you'll notice that we spend 10 minutes, 30 minutes on just one question helping one person. So if you want that type of support and you're on board with us in Funnel Express or even FunnelX ROI, you're either at the Vertex Pro level or at the celebrity level, then you can jump on these weekly calls and you can get your questions answered. So the celebrity level is in Leaderboard Affiliate, which is in Funnel Express. And then you got Vertex Pro at least, which is in, of course, FunnelX ROI in the Easy One Up program. If you upgrade to any of those levels in each of those programs, then you'll be able to obviously jump on these calls and get these Q&As. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's jump to more questions here. See, Willie says, thanks. Anu says, what is the other autoresponder you recommend besides Aweber or GetResponse? That is like the question of the, of the year, I believe. I use personally, I use Kartra. I'm not saying it's any better than Aweber. I found out of Aweber and GetResponse, Aweber is actually a lot better. Even though GetResponse tolerates affiliate marketing a little bit more and BizOps, Aweber just seems like their deliverability is a lot better. Obviously, you're going to know better than I am, Paulo. What do you think?
Yeah, Aweber obviously will always come top. The only problem with Aweber nowadays, guys, is if you start having too many spam complaints, if you start promoting BizOps that Aweber might not have a relationship with, for example, they don't like Easy One Up, they don't like FunnelX ROI, then they will put you a hold on your account and possibly shut you down. So just be aware that Aweber is on the top, like when it comes to deliverability, they're very, very good, but they're becoming a little bit Nazis. And what I mean by that, they don't like BizOps very, very much. And guess what? That's where I have my big list. So if you are looking for alternatives, I think SendLane could be one of them, maybe. SendLane, and another one is Ontraport. I absolutely love Ontraport. I think Ontraport is up there with Aweber. The only problem with Ontraport is they can be very, very expensive. They were charging me quite a lot because they charge you by broadcast. And as you guys know, I broadcast to my list sometimes up to twice a day. So that can become, with a list of my songs, it can become a problem. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Kartra is actually the same. I like Kartra because it's for marketers, by marketers. You're not going to get shut down or deal with any of that because, again, it was created by marketers that have been in this industry for, a couple decades. So, I'm going to use my autoresponder for my own reasons, Paulo for his own reasons. But at the end of the day, I think you really have to do your own testing. If I were you and you've already got Aweber, I would stick with it and just make sure that you're creative in navigating around, promoting offers. Always send people to a landing page because I've been promoting FunnelX and Funnel Express through Aweber because I got a list of right around, I think, 3,000 or 4,000 people over there as well as Kartra. And I always send people to like a YouTube video first or a landing page first, like on ClickFunnels, and then to the offer. And it's rare that Aweber even checks it unless you've been shut down before. So.
Good point.
Yep. Stevie asked, did you just say FunnelX ROI was optimized? No, FunnelX ROI is not optimized, but Funnel Express is optimized. I still did very well with FunnelX ROI on YouTube, and most people on YouTube are actually using their mobile devices versus their desktop. I was able to still have some really good success, as you guys were able to see with, with YouTube. You can't really control organic traffic, free traffic. You just can't do that. But I managed to have some success. And plus, it's low risk because it is free traffic. When you're paying for traffic, obviously, you want that money to be well spent. So you want the website to be optimized. So no two traffic sources are created equal. Ziv asked regarding Funnel Express, I was able to build a list of over 4,000 subscribers. Awesome, but only get one sell for Easy One Up. So it sounds like you're referring to Funnel X ROI if you're talking about Easy One Up, unless you're promoting them separately. From Igor's and David's follow-up sequence, what am I doing wrong? This is a common question, and it's actually quite simple. It's always two things. They don't know who you are, they don't trust you, or they don't want the offer. Most of the time, it's just that they don't trust you. And so what you need to do is you need to deliver frequent content to them to where you can gain their trust. They don't trust you because they don't think you're an expert. They might think that you're a scammer. So if you can be real and just authentic with them, be yourself, be who you are, give value, don't expect anything in return. That's what I do in all my videos. I give them value and I say, hey, if you want to learn more, click this link. You might like it. If not, that's okay too. And there's like no sales pitch whatsoever. I always lead with value. Always, always, always. So if you're not doing YouTube videos, lead with value on a Facebook post and send people that Facebook post. And at the end of it, tell them to private message you. You need to get them into your world as if they're coming over to your house and they're one of your friends. What would you guys talk about? A lot of people discount this stuff. Like, oh, they don't want to know that I like motorcycles and that I, live in Los Angeles or whatever, like, or Montana or wherever it's at. People want to hear this stuff. That's why reality TV shows are so huge. But yet, some of them are like just absolutely ridiculous. And like, people actually follow this stuff. Yeah. Because do you guys ever like to go to a wet restaurant out on, the deck and just people watch people that are walking by? Like, we all absolutely love that. Right. And so people are interested in other human beings. So don't discount your story. Don't discount the little things like showing people that you're out in Vegas or whatever you're doing, or you're just in your backyard with your dog. Show people that stuff because they might see that you got a Broncos t-shirt on and you're a Broncos fan. So are they. And they're going to want to buy from you. Like, people buy from those they know, like, and trust, and they can relate with. It's like when you're out and let's say you're, I don't know, in Russia and you see another American, you happen to be American. You're like, oh man, I want to go talk to that guy, because you create some relatability in a world where no one speaks English. Right. And so you just need to build that trust. And the way to do that is to be a little bit creative. You need to understand that people are over here and they're sad. They're unhappy with their situation. They want to be happy over here. They want to make money online. They want the same things that you want. So how can you get them from here to here? Give them value, just like we're doing right now. Show them how you built your email list. Show them what you know up to this point. That's all you need to do. If you know how to generate leads from Udemy, show them how to do that, and continue to show them how to do that until you make your first sale. Even get to the point where, Paulo used to put his phone number in the bottom of his emails. I used to do that as well. Have them reach out to you on Messenger. Have them text you. All you need to do is create that first success story. You don't need to get on the phone with everybody, maybe just a couple people, and just tell them your story. Don't be a salesperson. Just let them know that you're there for them. They will buy. Once you create that first success story, then now you can create another piece of content showing people how you created that success. And you're going to be able to build off of that content to create more success. So you just got to be a little creative. I hope that answers your question. I would also just consistently email people, email daily if you can, and give them value. And then the people that don't open, try a new subject line and the same email body and the same content. I did that actually this morning in the 0 to 10K challenge for people, because last night I sent out an email and it got a terrible open and click-through rate. So I'm like, hey, let's try this other headline. So go ahead, Paulo. Sorry.
I like to use that analogy of dating a girl in the beginning.
Yeah.
For people who don't know you, for people, why haven't they bought? I get that a lot. Why don't people buy from me, Paulo? Just remember that getting a sale, getting a customer is like taking a girl out for a date. So if you meet a girl somewhere in a bar or whatever, you don't go for guilt straight away. You don't go up to her and say, hey, you want to date me? Do you want to marry me? Even you don't do that, right? So be a little bit different. So you strike a conversation first with the person. So because they don't know you from Adam, it's not like they got to buy straight away from you. These people coming into your list, this is cold traffic. They don't know you. So they have to get to know you. And that's obviously, I'm not going to repeat what George just said. Yeah, you create that rapport with that person. You give them value first. Eventually, they will follow you, they will like you, and they will buy from you. But you gotta be different from everybody else. What everybody else is doing right now is just saying buy from me. But in reality, why should they buy from you? You know, you gotta be a little bit different. You gotta add that extra value. Do a bonus page like you know, me and Josh, we keep talking about this. You know, create a bonus page and give something extra. That's already putting you above the competition, above everybody else. Everybody else is down here saying buy. You need to think of a strategy of going one step ahead of competition. Why should they buy from you and not from these people? You know, it's because you're personable. You become the personal value, providing value. You're giving them a bonus. People love bonuses. This is how I won. I was in this competition for the company, and I came first. How did I do it? I created a bonus page. Nobody else was doing that. I don't know why. It's such a simple thing. I created a bonus page, and therefore I put myself above the competition. I won that competition. So think a little bit outside the box. Why should people buy from you? Do those extra things. Put maybe your number or your Facebook on your PS, on your messages when you broadcast to your people, on your autoresponders. Make yourself personable. Put a picture. Make a welcome video. Say, hey, this is me. This is how I can help you. Once you do that and you become more personable with your list, people will eventually buy from you. I promise you that. And that's my 5 cents. I think you muted, Josh.
No, we're good, man. I'm back on. Sweet. Thanks, man. That was great answer. Anu says Aweber, I don't know if she's just letting us know this or if this is a question. Aweber would not let me send any emails because I had one deactivated FunnelX email still in the system.
Yeah, I know you gotta have to remove everything related to FunnelX X with the name of David DeCal, Peter Wolfe, anything to do with EasyOneUp as well. You gotta remove all those emails. You can't have anything on the system. And by the way, I know a way around it using Aweber because obviously I use Aweber as well. So get to me on a one-to-one. I'm not going to explain here because this is like for people in our group only, and I don't want to give up all the secrets. Plus, I don't have the time to explain here. But I know a trick that will allow you to broadcast to your list FunnelX ROI or Funnel Express. It's a little trick that you have to do. But come and speak to me on a one-to-one basis, and I will show you the steps on what you need to do. Is that cool? So after this call, or maybe tomorrow, because it's already 2 o'clock, nearly 2 o'clock in the morning here, or maybe tomorrow, just hook me up, and I'll help you with that.
Cool. Thanks, Paulo. John asks a good question. He says, I just ordered traffic from Igor, and he says he's going to make me a landing page, but how does this page integrate with autoresponders?
Really good question, John. Igor will ask you to send him a little code from your is it GetResponse you're using? If it's GetResponse, he will ask you for a little code, and you can easily find that code in your GetResponse back office, and then he will integrate both. So don't worry too much about it. It's really, really easy. But he will ask you for that when you're ready. If you ask him to, obviously, to build that landing page for you, he will ask you on an email to provide a token code, I think it's called. Once you give him the token code, he will integrate it automatically. So you don't have to do anything. The work is all done at Igor's side.
Cool,
so don't
man.
worry about it. Yeah.
Thanks, Paulo. So D asks, so that means we must ask for mobile only traffic for Funnel Express. And Funnel Express, no, you don't. It's actually optimized for mobile. You could do desktop or mobile. You can split it and test it and kind of see what happens there. Desktop's always going to be better than mobile because people are in a position, especially on a desktop computer, where they're going to be in a certain spot for quite a bit of time most of the time versus on mobile. I don't know, they might be on the subway. They might be at Starbucks waiting in line, and it's very, very quick, right? So you want to make sure that, of course, number one, you test it, but go for desktop when it comes down to it, because you're going to get a lot of better conversions from that. So she asks, so in Aweber, they won't click through your link past the landing page to see what's on the other side. Do you understand that question?
Sorry, can you repeat the question again? So I
So
was
she asks to add on to the previous question that I just answered. So in Aweber, they won't click through your link past the landing page to see what's on the other side. I think she's referring to mobile. Yes, they will in Funnel Express because it is optimized for mobile, but there's no guarantee that they're going to complete the whole entire funnel and complete and set up all their income streams, right? So Maria asks, what is a good opening and click-through rate? We've sent out tons of emails, Paulo. This is a good question for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think for open rates, generally, industry general, people get between 3 to 5%. I like getting obviously 20 plus. In reality, I get between 10 to 15 because my list is quite big. It depends on your list size, but if you are getting around 5%, don't panic. It's industry standard. That's what people normally get. You really want to push that to obviously the higher the better, really. So 5% is industry standard. If you can go for 7 or 10%, it's considered good. So it depends on your list size. I don't know what your list size is, so I don't know what you're getting, but aim for more than 5%. So that's open rate, click-through rate. Normally people get about 1 to 2%. Again, you want to get higher than that. If you go for like 5 to 10%, again, it's obviously very, very good. But I'm giving you numbers in general what people get in our industry. So open rate's about 5%. So try to aim for higher. Anything higher than that, you're doing very, very well.
Cool. So with the 0 to 10K challenge, it was mentioned that we would be pushing different offers at some point, such as Funnel Express. Yep, that is true, Nick. At some point, we will be obviously promoting Funnel X. That doesn't mean people have to be in Funnel Express. It just means they can take the philosophy and our promotional method and apply it to whatever they're promoting. So he goes on to ask, I was just curious if there was any rough schedule for that, or is that something we're filling out based on results? Yeah, it depends on how our promotion goes with John Crestani, Super Affiliate System First. We're going to promote that for a while until we get some solid numbers with the list that we have to see if it's an offer that our list even likes. So a lot of people quit on an offer before they even know if it's a high converting offer or not. So I'm going to wait until we get a few hundred clicks at least to see if the John Crestani's Super Affiliate System converts. It's also just a matter of building a good relationship with our list, which we know. I mean, these people are fresh, they're new, they're still getting to know myself. So it's going to take some time. So I would say after a solid 3 or 4 weeks, we should know whether this, converts or not. If we get at least just one sell, because I think, Paulo, what did we spend, around $500 or so?
Yeah, it was 750 actually.
$750 or so. So if we just make 2 sells, that's going to make our money back and then some. And then plus we get 497 leads for free, which is awesome, right? So that's kind of the goal with this. Some people are going to buy in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. Some people will buy 3 months from now. So it really just depends. We want to stick with an offer long enough to really see if it's a quality offer. And so we're going to have to do some testing, find out what our open rates are, find out what we can do to increase those open rates and click-through rates. So a lot of the first couple months is just testing. And that's what internet marketing is, just a ton of testing. But you guys are going to have the chance to see when we quit, when we start tests, like what do we do in the testing process and when do we actually quit? So John asks, I don't know if you guys can, but I just built a new funnel and I was wondering if you guys could check it out and critique it for me. Of course. If not, it's not too much trouble. Yeah, we'll see if we can get to that at the end of this, John. Go ahead and shoot the link. And while you're doing that, I will go ahead and I will continue with the Q&A. Let's see what else we got. Stevie Ray asked, did you just say Funnel X ROI was optimized? I think I already answered that one. Funnel X ROI is not optimized for mobile, but Funnel Express is. Let's see. I think this one was already answered by you, Paulo. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, okay, Anu asked this actually for me. So Josh, would you give that squeeze page, the squeeze page that I showed people on screen, a solo ad vendor for Funnel Express. If people land on that and give out their email, do you think they would fill out the Funnel Express form? Yeah, it's pretty, like it's a general form. It's a general form for like any offer. So it's not like, a form that's specifically created for one offer. So it could convert extremely well. You just have to test it and kind of see. I haven't tested it personally with solo ads, but you might, want to test it and kind of see what happens there. And I believe I have the funnel available in the Inner Circle membership site. So you can actually get access to the share link right there. I think it's in the automation section, if I remember correctly. That's where you can find it. Ziv asks regarding Funnel Express. Okay, we answered that one. Okay. And he says, Aweber would not let me send. Okay, we answered that one too as well. Cool. It looks like we've got all the questions answered there. I'm going to go ahead and quickly critique John's page here. And Paulo's got to jump off in about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, totally get that, man. So let me just answer this question here and see if we have any final questions.
Just to remind, the last person who asked about Josh's landing page, I don't know if you're part of Funnel Express, but if you are, there are about 14 landing pages.
Yeah, there's quite a bit.
And also, they connect to 4 or maybe 5 different VSLs. So you will never, ever, ever run out of landing pages to test. There's 14, and then it connects not just to one VSL, one video sales letter, but to 4 different ones. So you will never get saturated. You've got more than enough landing pages. Those landing pages are all mobile, they're all mobile ready. So that's the word I'm looking for. And you will never, ever run out of landing pages to use, by the way. And they already convert very, very well. We already checked for conversion. So we just didn't just put them up there just for the sake of, putting them up there. They all been tested, and all of them convert very, very well. Okay. You muted, Josh. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
So John, this is what I would do with your capture page. I'll go ahead and look at it right now. So this says make $500 to $2,000 a day with these 5 steps. Number one, I would make this so it's bold, and then I would separate this between where you've got your opt-in page, and you probably wouldn't even need to have this yellow background. It just kind of looks, it looks like something that I would see probably in the early 2000s, maybe the 90s. Not to say that it's bad or anything. It just is what it is. You want it a little bit cleaner, clean lines. Don't have too much different variations of different colors. I would just simply have maybe keep this white background, which is fine, kind of this transparent, translucent background. And then I would keep this the same color too as well. And then instead of having make $500, $2,000 a day with these 5 steps, I would bold this, and I would put how to make $500 to $2,000 a day with 5 simple steps. That's what I would do. And then I would put maybe ... and then get access to these 5 steps, get access to these 5 steps below. And I would just delete this. So with copywriting, you want to be able to say more with less. Okay. And then of course, show me the steps. I like this here. And then you can even set it up how I set it up. So it's 2 steps. So a pop-up pops up when they click this. But again, don't overcomplicate if you don't know how to do that. I know ClickFunnels provides a tutorial on how to do that. And then it looks like there's something going on over here with the coding. I might want to reach out to ClickFunnels if I were you to figure that out. And then you can also remove the ClickFunnels tag here. I think if you go to the settings section, when you edit the page, you can remove the affiliate tag right here. Other than that, man, just keep it super simple. You notice mine was just a white page with black, green, and blue, colors as a color scheme, and that's it. So you don't want to overcomplicate the title, which this title is okay, but I would remove the 2 exclamation points. That's just me personally. It would probably turn me off just because it's kind of loud. Just make it straightforward and make it simple, and you want it to be easy on the eye, right? So this kind of starts to blend in too much with this sub headline. So you want to kind of separate them as much as you can. Other than that, man, it's not bad. So make those changes and you should see your conversions go up quite a bit. Did you want to say anything else, Paulo, on that before you jump off?
I think you pretty much said everything. I would advise John just to go back on this live. There's a bit that Josh actually shows his landing page. Just look at Josh's one. Josh's one is a perfect example of how you should really write, copy, and the colors as well. Yeah, as Josh said, keep the colors simple to about 2 colors, no more than that. But I mean, everything you said is cool, man. So yeah,
cool. I even like how to make $500 to $2,000 a day with these, with 5 simple steps. I'm sorry, excuse me. And then put as a sub headline, even if you've never made a dime online before, something like that. Even if you are completely new, or
even if you don't have a list,
if you don't have a list,
anything
or
like that.
without any technical challenges or something like that, right? And then you can have your, get access to these 5 steps below. Show me the steps. So I think that would work extremely well too. So hopefully that helps, man. Cool. John says I'm changing it as we speak, but thanks a lot. Awesome, dude. Ziv says, would you still promote FunnelX ROI or just run with Funnel Express instead as the new alternative? I like Funnel Express because I still promote FunnelX ROI, by the way. I still do that. I actually got a sell within it this morning. So it does converts really well. But Funnel Express, the first income stream, the leaderboard affiliate, it's going to have quality information in there. It's just up to date where Easy 1UP isn't. Not to say Easy 1UP is bad. Hopefully Peter Wolfing updates his training, but we just feel better about promoting Funnel Express and leaderboard affiliate because it's just a better quality program. And of course, we're in it. We might sound a little biased, but it's the truth. We've seen a lot of different things online, and this is probably the most evergreen, up-to-date product out there when it comes to affiliate marketing, besides, our 0 to 10K challenge. Cool. I think that is all the questions. I think we'll end at the top of the hour perfectly, Paulo. So if you guys have any last questions, let us know. And if you want to, jump on board with us, you're watching this on as a recording on YouTube, Facebook, there's going to be a link or maybe a button below. Go ahead and click that. Jump on board with us. If you're at the Vertex Pro level and Easy 1UP, or you're at the celebrity level within Funnel Express and Leaderboard Affiliate, specifically that program, then you can have these weekly calls with us. We'll help you get unstuck. We'll help you get results in your business. If you've seen the results in our Elevation team group, man, you should see all the people that are having results and making money with us. I know Dee's doing extremely well. I know, Nick's got his business up and going. I'm just looking at the people that are on this call. We've got tons of other people in the group that are crushing it. We would love to have you on board. Go ahead, click that link below, and we'll see you guys on the inside. Any last words before we jump off, Paulo?
No, that's it, man. You pretty much said it all. So come and join our tribe, so you got to see some success. You got to hang around with other people doing well as well. And it's really all about, you gotta surround yourself with people with the same kind of, goals in life. And it's all about surrounding yourself with good people, with people that will uplift you, will help you, will take you to the place you want to be. And obviously you've got also the help of 2 leaders here. We on the trenches, me and Josh, we don't just talk about theory. We doers. We on the trenches, actually winning competitions and making money and earning 6 figures plus a month while we travel the world. So we the real deal. So if you want to learn how to do it as well, then obviously feel free to join our tribe, be part of our family, and join us.
Cool, guys. Much love to everybody out there. Thank you, Paulo, so much for taking the time. 2 o'clock in the morning. No excuses, man. Love you, and we'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon, guys.
See you guys. Bye-bye now.